I've been scanning like crazy in 2024, and that's because of this $800 Einstar scanner I got on sale for Black Friday last year. Thing is phenomenal. It scans color, texture. It's been great for small and medium objects. I've had some drawbacks with it. I reached out to Einstar because I had some requests. I would like a scanner that doesn't need to plug into the computer, and I'd like something that was better with scanning larger objects, because while this works well for a lot of my projects, I'm looking for a more all-in-one tool. And they had the answer for me, and that was the Einstar Vega scanner. This is an all-in-one scanner where we not only scan, but we process that scan data inside this handheld scanner. So no longer am I tethered to beefy communication and power cables going to a very, very powerful laptop. I can scan, process, and export all in one machine. And today we're going to laser scan this headlight housing in the corner of my car, and I'm going to talk about how usable this product is. If you want to go find all of the specs for it, they're on a million channels, a million videos talk about camera comparison and resolution and all of these details to compare one scanner to another. We're not going to do that. I'm going to talk about how usable is the scanner for an everyday person like you and me, people who take it out into the shop and they print stuff for personal projects, or maybe they're using it every day for like replicating things. We're going to talk about, is it useful? Does it save you time? And is it accurate enough to print useful parts? Let's go. At a quick glance, this is a all-in-one unit. So there is a nice display. It comes with a silicone case that gives you a lot of grip. Here you have all your cameras, lights, sensors, and then a nice cable, or not like a cable, but a tether that you can put on it to wrap around your wrist, which I highly recommend so you don't drop it. At the bottom, you have some cooling fans. The top is blank, and then you have your charging port on one side, and you have a couple function buttons on the other side. So one of the most important things for me is portability and ease of use on these scanners. I don't want to keep setting up my laptop. There's been so many times where I just didn't scan something because I was too lazy to get my engineering laptop out, plug in all my cables, get the extension cords, get it all turned on and working. The Einstar Vega, it's all here. So I mean, just look at the difference from case to case. This is the best part. So I'm just going to turn it on. I'm holding the power button down. It's going to start booting up the screen. Typically it takes me 10 to 15 minutes every time I want to set up the Einstar scanner right now. But the Vega, once you turn it on, it goes right to the main menu and you just start scanning. Now we are on, and if you have it, maybe it'll start trying to scan me. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. How cool is that? Now there's a lot of default features on here. There is a button on the side that gives you a menu. It's kind of the slider bar button. So I'm going to hit that, and I have this on all of the off-the-shelf features. I'm keeping resolution right down the middle. I'm scanning an object, not a portrait, not me. I have feature alignment mode on, and I am going to acquire the texture because I just think I like it, seeing it in the scan data. I don't know. I don't need it, but it's really pretty. And let's leave it on fast mode. So you have HD and fast mode up here at the top. And I've used both. And a good engineer will tell you that your goal is to do the most amount of work with the least amount of effort. So yes, I can do scan data in HD, but for something as rudimentary as a headlight bracket, I don't really need that. So I'm going to scan in fast mode. I'm going to get the job done quick, dirty, and it's going to give me enough information for me to do my job today. So the first thing I'm doing is it's just kind of understanding the distance on where I need to be from the project. And as I'm going back and forth, it's showing me what is in the field of view and what isn't. So this is about how far away I need to be scanning the corner of the car. As always, scan spray is a great option. I would use it on all bits of the car. Even if you have like a good light texture, scan spray just helps get you better scan data. Now that I have the side of my car sprayed, I'm going to just kind of get a good look on where I'm at. Hit the play button. We're going to let it get started, and we're going to start scanning. I'm going to start here up on the top bar where I have a little bit more unique geometry. It's important to start somewhere when you're scanning that is identifiable, that's repeatable, not a big flat open surface. That's just a normal thing across the board with any scanner. It's a best practice in 3D scanning. So I'm getting all of these unique features up here, and what that's going to help me do is be able to relocate to those items. So if I ever lose tracking, like I just did right there, I can just pop back up for a second and boom, I'm right back on my tracking. Okay, this is about a minute's worth of scanning or less. I've got the details of my tube. I've got that side panel here. I have everything I need to know where I can mount my headlight to. The next thing you need to do is scan that headlight bracket. Okay, repeat the same steps as before. First, start off with some developer spray. Let's get all those glossy features nice and matte. All right, same setting as before. And I'm gonna work my way around the headlight housing. I actually wanna get more scan data on the headlight because that bracket is going to hug the headlight very closely. So this part, I actually do wanna get a little bit more detail on the headlight. So I'm taking my time, making sure I get plenty of scan data. All right, for this scan, I have a lot of stuff on the table. And what I want to do is I want to delete everything I don't need first. So I'm going to come over here to cut and start drawing some sections here. I like the lasso feature a little better. Let me lasso all of that. And let's delete that. That's useless scan data. It's just wasted processing power. Deleted. I love being able to do this right here in the scanner. It makes life so much better. So we're going to cancel out this little blip. That. And that should leave us with just a little bit of what we want. Again, nothing over here adds value, so let's delete it. Great. Now we're just going to process that section of scan data. So check it out. I finally got everything off of the printer. I've got this bracket housing and I made mounting holes here and on the sides, and this is going to bolt to the frame. And the way I did this is I took that scan data and I basically wrapped a surface around this ledge right here and this face to get the profile, to get the height and the offset of this compared to the lens. And this is the very first try, first print, and it fits perfect. Check it out. Pretty amazing what you can do with simple scan data. And this thing knocked it out of the park. The fitment's outstanding. And then the way it locks in, so I made a separate piece that's kind of like a locking sleeve, and it slides into it like this. Look at that. Slides right in, it applies pressure. Again, I used that scan data to show me the offset from the back surface there to that ledge, so it gave me every piece of information I needed to be able to lock this headlight into place and build an awesome mounting bracket. Now the last thing I need to do is to just take this, and I'm gonna take those mounting holes, I'm gonna drill 2 holes here and 1 hole right here underneath. That way this can just mount in exactly like this, and we're done. It's amazing how a really powerful but cost-effective scan tool like the Einstar Vega just streamlined the process. I mean, I probably could have done this with calipers, making some paper templates and going back and forth and trying a few versions of it, but to be able to knock this out first try with scan data that took me less than 10 minutes to capture, beautiful. So like and subscribe to this video, leave a comment. If you have a project and you want to know if this scanner is going to be a good fit, just comment below what your project is or what you want to use it for. I'll reply back, I'll give you my honest feedback if I think it's a good fit for that job, and I'll hit you up with that discount code to go to their website and get it at a reduced price. Thank you, Einstar, for supporting this video. Thank you for the brands that support 50/50 Fab and help us bring better content to our viewers. Peace.